It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
Hello, everyone. Today on the 202, just blocks from the White House, a new power player arrives on the restaurant scene in Washington.
Plus, a longtime lion among DC's reggae scene, the Englishman, brings his Shango Band to our studio. It's all right here on the 202. And welcome to the 202. I'm Ferman Patterson, here with my lovely co-host, Michelle Wright.
Thank you, Ferman. And over on the turntables, we love his shirt. The 202's guest DJ today, DJ Kelton Higgins.
Have a good time.
There's been a shakeup on the Washington restaurant scene with the arrival of the city's newest power steakhouses.
Michael Sternberg from Rare Steak and Seafood Restaurant tells us about bringing their unique dining experience right here to DC. Thank you, sir, Michael.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here, Michelle Ferman. It's really great to be here. Thank you.
Good to see you again. We love Rare Steak and Seafood.
Well, thank you. We work hard to make you love it, so that's good.
It is a beautiful place. Tell us a bit about the history, because it started in Wisconsin.
So it started in Madison, Wisconsin 4 years ago with the original Rare Steakhouse right across from the state capitol in Madison, in Wisconsin. Expanded to Milwaukee about a year and a half ago, which is when I really got involved with them. And then just about 2 weeks ago, I became CEO of the company. So I'm really excited.
Congratulations.
The progress of the company and where we're going, and it's just a great restaurant. It's really good. So.
Yeah. Just so people know, Michelle and I were there at the restaurant for the soft opening. They call it soft opening.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But, you know, there are steak restaurants and then there are steak restaurants. But Rare not only came into town blazing all guns, but with the best steak in the city, but also the best location in the city. Tell them where you're located.
Oh my goodness,
so we're
yes.
a block and a half from the White House, right at 16th and I, and our rooftop catering facility, you look straight down over the White House. It's a spectacular view.
Because there are like three kind of entities within this one place.
That's correct, Michelle.
So
exactly.
the first floor, tell us about that.
We have a tavern on the first floor, which is a more casual but very elegant location. But, you know, if you're on your way to the Wizards game or whatever, it's a great place to stop in and have a nice steak, a burger, a salad, and a couple of beers, and head off to go see the game. On the second floor is our steakhouse, is Rare Steakhouse. And the steakhouse is as elegant as any dining room you'll find in the city.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, as I said, on the rooftop, we have a catering facility which can hold parties of up to 450 people. So,
Wow. Yeah. Unobstructed view. I mean, just beautiful,
view.
like you said, see all the way past the White House. It's beautiful up there.
Who wouldn't want to have a wedding reception there?
I hope lots of people want to have wedding receptions up there.
Now, are you doing a lot of events up there now?
We've
or?
just started. Our goal was to get the restaurant off and moving well and smoothly and work out all the kinks, because we only have one kitchen. So all the facility, everything's coming out of the one kitchen. We want to make sure we could accommodate, that all well before we started our banquet service on the rooftop. But now we're really pushing to get that going. So we've done a
You're
few
also
good
in
events.
a very important building. Tell us about the building that houses
Sure.
Rare.
Well, so we're in the Historic Laborers International Union building. They are our landlord, and they are the best landlord in the whole world. The space we are in used to be up until about, I guess, 2.5 years ago, was an empty lot. And Laborers, LIUNA expanded and built the building. And that's actually how I got involved with LIUNA, was that they asked me to help them find a restaurant for it. Since Rare was my client already, I said, hey guys, you want to come in and open a restaurant here? And that's how, that was my involvement with the group.
Wow. Now, you had to come into town and go, oh, move over. We're another steakhouse. What makes Rare different,
So,
special?
absolutely. So one of the things that we do that is a little different, we do all our dry aging on premises. We have a fabulous, fully loaded meat locker where we're aging steaks up to 70 and 80 days. And we even age our pork chops, and it's just a spectacular facility. So I think we're a little unique in that we do all our aging ourselves on premises. I think that the chef Mark Hennessy, who's a wonderful, wonderful chef, I think he takes a little bit of a more unique view of steakhouses as a whole. His recipes are a little different. They're really still unique, but you still can just come in and get a great filet or a great porterhouse, whatever it is you like.
Wow, well, who wouldn't like a chef named Hennessy? That's right. I mean, already makes you comfortable going in.
Yes, and I'll tell you, I've been in the steakhouse business. I started with Morton's in the 70s, so that's how far back I go. And so I've been in steakhouses for 40 years. I've learned more from Mark in the last 3 months about beef and steak than I ever knew.
How did you find Mark?
Recruitment. He was working in town with BLT. And
you snatched him away?
Well,
Michael?
no, he had already left BLT. He had already left. So he was a great find, though, and he's a wonderful, wonderful talent. And we're real fortunate. We have had a great management team throughout, from managing director Justin Abad to Mark to our sous chef Johnson Bach and our assistant general manager Lauren Skiba. They're all just fabulous, fabulous people.
I want to know, because I'm sure your day is just overwhelming. What are you inclined to order when you're there?
So I'm trying to watch my weight and being around the steakhouse. So I'm partial to the veggie bowl in the tavern, but
Ooh, tell me about it.
So it's all raw, delicious vegetables. It's very razor thin beets and potatoes and whatever vegetables are in season. And Mark adds a little bit of adds fresh grapes to it and dresses it in a beautiful vinaigrette. It's a wonderful salad.
That sounds great. No, you get that, but you get the bone-in ribeye on the side.
Well, that's exactly right. So at dinner time, I'm partial to the dry-aged beef. But Mark does a great job with seafood. He's bringing in some wonderful Alaskan salmon right now from Schooner Bay, and poaches fresh lobster tails in a really wonderful poaching liquid with ginger in it, and just everything he touches, he does a really nice job. The pork chops, by the way, are the secret. They're just fabulous, because I'd never had dry-aged pork before, and the way that Mark's preparing it, it's really delicious.
Stop, you're making me hungry. You make me hungry. Well, Michelle and I are fans after our first visit, so you got 2 customers here.
Well, thank you. Well, I'll make your reservation for tonight right now.
Oh, okay. What are you doing later?
Yep, we're set. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, coming up, the Englishman's here. That means reggae is next on the roster.
That's right. He and the Shango Band are about to stir it up on the 202. Don't you go away. We'll be right back.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
And welcome back to the 202. Now, Ferman and I have always known that DC has a robust reggae community, but he didn't know how far and wide some of his stars have trekked.
Though his roots are in England, this award-winning Englishman has been raising the roof with his reggae sound in D.C. for years. For years, man. Thank you. I'm so glad you stopped by to talk.
For years, as them
For
say.
years.
Yeah. For a long time, as them say in Jamaica. Yeah.
Long time, them say.
Yeah. Well, I want to say big up and, I'll respect to the 202. Good to be on the 202 with you good people.
Thank
And remember, the Officers Cable TV. I want to big up the staff, professional job, I love it, and not least, but the mayor of Washington, D.C., Miss Bowser, keeping the arts alive and in the schools and things. So I want to say big respect. D.C. massive, Maryland massive, Virginia massive. We love you. Shango Band, so we love you.
I love that show.
Yeah.
You know what? Speak on why you feel the arts are so important, because they're important to me as well.
Very important
Why?
in shaping and molding the youth to be productive, responsible people in our society. Given the climate of how things are in our society, it's good to interject some arts and creative, abilities into these youths. And don't forget the academics, but arts plays a very special part of arts. You guys wouldn't be here on TV. It's the arts doing that, creative people like you.
Wow.
You understand? So, once again, to Miss Bowser, my heart goes off to her, big respect, man. I love that. So,
Hats off to you, man, too. And I called you the lion of reggae is because you've been all over. You know, it started, I guess, in England, but you played with all the big bands. You've been spreading the reggae sound for years all over the world.
Give thanks, man. And actually it started in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And my parents migrated to England for a better life, and then once again to America, seeking a better life too. So, you know, give thanks to my parents. They're in ancestry right now, humble people, but very trying people, hard-working people, and for just to go in towards the arts and do what we had to do. And I want to say a special respect to my uncle who taught me how to play guitar, which is my mother's brother. He's the one who, he kind of tricked me in a sense because he said, if you play these 3 chords, that time £1 was big money that time for a small kid. And he said, play these 3 chords. And I give you that £1. I said, whoa. So when I played the 3 chords for months, played it. When I came back, he said, oh, that's very good. If you play these other 3 chords, I'll give you £2 more. I went on and played the other 3 more chords. Then he said, you know what? I'm going to show you something. Took me to the club where he was playing jazz. He's a jazz guitar player. And he started playing. And when I saw the response of the people, and the ladies, of course, went wild when he was playing, I said, oh, I like this.
So clearly the
Always the
incentive for you
ladies.
changed from money to what you
I
got
mean,
from-
don't get it wrong. You know, I got a family, I got the wife, and
Yes.
she's saying, hey, bring home the bacon. We don't eat the bacon, but she said, bring home the food. You know what I'm saying? But so we got to bring the money home. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But for the art form, that's what I love. And I love that music is so powerful, especially reggae music, that can heart, mind, and soul of people, can open them up and give them a different perspective of the world. Even when the world is falling down, hear what Bob Marley said? Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be all right. What more you want? Prolific songwriter.
Oh my goodness.
You see it?
You've
so.
obviously had some rich experiences. Can you share with us some of your favorite memories? Like, was it a certain venue or working with someone in particular?
I'll tell you, it's so vast that, you know, every genre of music, every artist, let me say all the greats, from Michael Jackson to Bo Diddley, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, George Benson, Earl Clue, I can go on.
Man.
Every genre, pop music, Paul McCartney, the Beatles,
Wow.
you name it. People who are great had a great influence. And I'm so thankful that I was able to take from that reservoir. And here I am.
And I know DC has shown you a lot of love over the years. I saw that you've won numerous awards, the WAMMIE's awards, and you know, lots of different recognition throughout the city. So you're doing something, you're representing.
Well, I'll say this. A lot of people always look outside, like LA, New York, and places like that. And right here in your backyard, trust me, in every genre of music, they have some creative, talented people right here in Washington, D.C. That's why the 202 is the show
I love it,
to
yes.
bring the talent here.
Yes, we are. We
You
are.
see what I'm saying?
I hear what you're
I
saying.
don't think they see no fools around here. I see professional people, see people, creative people, and say, come on in. Just like the gentleman from the restaurant. Things are happening in the DMV in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Big city, man, trust me. So we love New York, and we love LA, and we love Paris, and we love London. Washington, D.C. is doing it too.
Ooh, you hear that?
Trust me.
You hear
trust
that?
me. They're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it.
I love that. I love
our
it.
show
I gotta
open
find
from
me
now
some
on.
sunglasses so I can groove with them.
Yes, sir.
All right, it is time to get down to the roots and make some music in Studio A.
The Englishman and the Shango Band is coming right up on the 202, and we'll be right back.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202. 202.
And welcome back to the 202. Today we're calling him a lion among DC's reggae community.
Yes, you know what, before we get started, introduce the band. Who's with you today?
Well, today I have my prolific drummer, Ken Joseph. We've toured the world, culture, you name it. I can go on naming bands, but we'll be here too long. But prolific drummer, you'll soon hear him,
okay.
All right? That's Ken Joseph. Right over here, jazz maestro, we call him Mr. Harrod, Tony Harrod. We call him Harrod T, you know, because he's Mr. Slick, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
He do the thing, he do the thing, he do the thing. Listen now, cock your ears and listen. He do the thing. Last but not least is my fleshy. Now, in Jamaica, we say fleshy, that means your blood, your brother. My brother from same mother and same father. That's him right there, Mr. Classical. They call him Mr. Professor.
I love it. We're ready for them to do the ting. Ladies and gentlemen, the Englishman and the Shango Band.
Thank you. Do the thing, man. Jamaica, we got a thing called the Jolly Joseph. Hey, the Jolly Joseph. The people's transportation. The Jolly Joseph. Jolly Joseph, yeah. The Jolly Joseph, yeah. People's transportation. Yeah. Coming from St. Anne's right to Mumbai. That's where the people play. Coming from St. Anne's right to Mumbai. Up on Kingston is where the people were. I say Jolly Jonesy. Bubble bunny rhythm make me feel it now. A Jolly Joseph. Come on. Bubble bunny rhythm make me feel it now. A Jolly Joseph. Jolly Joseph. Bubble it up there. A Jolly Joseph. People's transportation. Carry me a kegel instead of market. Sit down in it. Carry me a kegel instead of market. And not a what they would have said. No, not a what they would have said. What they would have said. No, not a what they would have said. Bridget. Coming from St. Anne, right to Mumbai. Down on Kingston is where we work, I say. Coming from City, right to Mumbai. Down on Kingston is where we stay. Joseph, that's the transportation I gotta take to make my living. I will tell you about this on a little way, as I will tell you. No, when you're on the Jolly Joseph, I want you to hear all the Jolly Josephs moving. I want you to hear all the Jolly Josephs moving. You know. To the iron, let them hear all the Jolly Josephs are moving all along the line. and I say, hey, a Charlie Joseph, a Charlie Joseph, a Charlie Joseph, a Charlie Joseph, outside there. Ah. We have a thing called the Zion Train, so you all better get ready. I was just on the Jolly Joseph all the way from St. Anne's, Montbain down to Kingston Way, working my way. I hear things say, choo, 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 choo. The Zion Train. A little shuffle on the rhythm, make me even make the sound, make me feel alright. Bubble up the sound, let me feel it now. Bubble up the sound, let me hear it right now. Saying train is coming, are you ready to get on board? Saying train is coming, are you ready to get on board? I said, Zion train is coming. Are you ready to get on board? Zion train is coming. Are you ready now? And if your mother won't come, just come. Father won't come. And if your sister won't come, and if your auntie won't come, won't you be in the number when you say go marching in? Won't you be in the number when you say go marching in? Zion train is coming, ready to get on board. Zion train is coming, are you ready to get on board? I say, Zion train is coming, you're ready to get on board. Zion train is coming, oh, you're ready now. Rhythm. So bubble up, grown up people. Woman, these men may coming on true. Just jump it to play it. A judge of angels just a calling. Bubble up, grown up people. Woman, these men are moving on true. Just jump it to call it. A judge of angel. Rub it up. Zion train is coming. You're ready, get on board. Zion train is coming. Are you ready, get on board? Give me rubber dub. Zion train is coming. Rubber dub. Bubble up, grown up people. Come on, bubble up, train, Zion train, Zion train, Zion train, Zion train, Zion train, oh, Zion train. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Take me down like a record now. Take me down like a record now. Take me down like a record now. I take me down like a stereo sound, yeah. Take me down like a record now. I take me down like a record now. I take me down like a record now.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh man, good show, good show. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
What a great show today. Thanks to Englishman and the Shango Band and Michael Sternberg from Rare Steaks. And of course, my co-host, Michelle Wright.
Yes, and thanks to DJ Kelton Higgins and to all of you for watching us. But don't forget, check out episodes of the 202 on DC Radio. That's at 96.3 HD4 and at dcradio.gov. Ferman and I will see you again next time on the 202.
Yeah.
Play us out. Play us out.
I think you're all ready to party. Hold on, hold on. I move your hip to the left, to the left. I move your right to the right, to the right. I move your hip to the left, to the left. And then I move it. I saw we party right here. Oh, I saw we party right here. Hey, I saw we party right here.
This the 202. This the 202. This is how we do when we party in the 202. Hey.
Home of that good live music.
Come on.
Live on set, live audience approves it. The best hosts that don't get no tighter.
Yeah.
Ferman and Michelle can't get no righter. Taxation, no representation.
Nah.
But the 202 repping for the capital nation. So from 703 to the 301. Yeah, we all come to have some fun. It's the 202.
It's the 202. This the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party in the 202.
Yeah, it's the 202.
Yeah. This the 202. This the 202.
It's the 202.
Yeah. This the 202. This the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party in the 202.
It's the 202.